Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Loft 801 and my name is Diego. Today's video is a review of Taika Waititi's Thor: Love and Thunder. Released in the United States yesterday, July 8th, it's a Marvel movie following Thor as he tries to find inner peace. Before I hop into my review, if you want to support the channel, please take a second to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. We appreciate the support. This review will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, please click out of this video. However, if you don't care about spoilers, we're more than happy to have you stay. Lastly, if there's something you want to see reviewed, leave a comment down below and we'll get to it. Thank you. We're hopping in 3, 2, 1. This movie feels very similar to Thor Ragnarok. For me, this is both good and bad. I liked Ragnarok, but I definitely did not like it as much as most people did. A lot of the humor didn't work for me in that film.
I choose to run toward my problems and not away from them. That's what...
It felt a little forced and some of the jokes were bland. When it comes to Love and Thunder, I found the same type of humor. There's some jokes that work well, but more often than not, a lot of the jokes didn't make me laugh.
Jane?
However, it did seem like the audience I was with generally laughed at most of the jokes. Like Ragnarok, Love and Thunder is a vibrant and visually pleasing movie. This is emphasized near the start of the film when Thor is in the company of the Guardians of the Galaxy. As he travels the stars with them, we're greeted to a plethora of colors and scenery. Additionally, around the middle of the film, we follow Thor to Omnipotent City, home of many gods including Zeus, Ra, Hercules, magic, dreams, carpentry, bow, and many more. Omnipotent City is visually stunning and I wish we could have seen more of it. Personally, I'd love to see a future miniseries revisit it. Taking a step back, I want to discuss some major missed opportunities in this movie. I was a little disappointed with the screen time the Guardians received. I understand this is a movie about Thor, but it would have been nice to see some more space adventures between them. When the writing allows it, the chemistry between Thor and the Guardians is genuinely fun. Another missed opportunity, in my opinion, is Gore's screen time. Christian Bale is phenomenal as Gore, but he was definitely underused. For starters, the way he got his power and corruption felt a bit rapid. With a couple more minutes to enhance his transition, audiences would have related to him a lot better. On top of that, we never even got to see Gore fight and slay some gods. All we got were carcasses. If the movie had taken some time to show Gore fighting, it would have made his character a lot more scary and intimidating. Also, I wasn't a big fan of the ending. I like that Gore beat Thor and the others, but I didn't like how he gave up his quest to destroy the gods. It felt like a cheap move, and I'm not happy that Disney's done this with 2 movies in a row, the previous being Wanda and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It's okay to have stakes and make a sequel if necessary. Case in point, Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Moving on to things I thought the film did great, I really enjoyed the relationship between Thor and Jane. Seeing their life together before their breakup, I couldn't help but root for them to get back together. It's sweet seeing how much Thor cares about Jane and his willingness to be vulnerable with her. I was smiling when they finally kissed and held hands. Another thing I thought the film did really great was Jane's screen time and character. To be honest, I was worried that this wasn't going to be a movie about Chris Hemsworth as Thor, but rather Natalie Portman as Thor. Disney has had a lot of bait and switches lately, so I'm happy that wasn't the case in this film. Seeing how Jane got her powers and why Mjolnir chose her made a lot of sense to me. I also love that despite being powerful, Jane is still gentle, vulnerable, and humble. She's not afraid to ask Valkyrie or Thor for help. Unfortunately, her cancer isn't defeated and we can see it take a toll on her. Ultimately, despite loving Thor and wanting a future with him, she sacrifices herself to save him and the other gods, closing her arc in an emotionally satisfying way. Looking back on some things that didn't make too much sense, I'm not sure how Thor was able to share his powers with the kidnapped children. Some of the children were really cool in the way they fought the shadow monsters, but some of them were seriously so cheesy. They kind of broke the magic of the moment for me. A plot hole I didn't think of until after I left the theater was if eternity exists and grants wishes to individuals, why didn't Thanos search for her instead of the Infinity Stones? Don't get me wrong, I love the inclusion of eternity and can't wait to see the Beyonder and the Living Tribunal, but it would have been a lot easier for Thanos to find her and make his wish. Wrapping up on some positive notes, I love New Asgard and how it's a tourist destination. It completely makes sense and it's nice seeing how the town has evolved. Also, I really love the mid-credit scene with Zeus and Hercules. I'm so excited to see Brett Goldstein enact his father's revenge against Thor for piercing him in the chest with his own lightning bolt. Brett literally looks like he was ripped off of a comic book page and I'm hoping we can see Ares in the future too. Before I forget, I also want to mention that it's awesome that Chris Hemsworth's daughter India Hemsworth plays Love and that his brother, Luke Hemsworth, plays the Thor from the Asgardian play. It's seriously a family movie. Also, it was fun seeing Matt Damon in the play too. Lastly, I really enjoyed the love triangle between Thor, Stormbreaker, and Mjolnir. It wasn't over the top and it paralleled how Thor was feeling about Jane. Overall, I thought this movie was fun and most viewers will enjoy it. As a comparison, I don't think they'll like it as much as Thor Ragnarok, but they'll definitely still like it. Personally, I found some of the humor to be forced, and I think there were a lot of missed opportunities with the character development and storytelling. However, there's a lot the film gets right, like Mighty Thor, Christian Bale's Gore, love triangles, Omnipotent City, and Hercules. I think this movie is great, and I rated it an 8.3 out of 10. If you want to see Thor discover himself and come to terms with his feelings, I recommend watching this fun film. Thank you so much for listening to my review of Thor, Love and Thunder. If you enjoyed the content and want to support the channel, don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. Lastly, if there's something you want us to review, leave it down below and we'll get to it. My name is Diego. You can check out my vlogs linked up here or my podcast, Friends with Benefits. I hope you have a good day and I'll see you next time.